First of all, thanks for coming. My name's Tom Silik. I work at West Bank, and my partner is...
I'm Kelly Hayworth from the city of Coralville, and it's great to have a record crowd here for our lunch this year.
Yeah, so I want to do a few, well, I guess we start with the mayor. Right?
Yes, the mayor is our most important person here today.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. Whoops, I'm just tripping over everything. I always love this event and really want to thank Tom and everyone who is responsible for putting this event together. I love that we have this time at the end of the year to meet and share a meal with one another and to celebrate all of the tremendous work that is happening throughout all of our communities. So again, really grateful that you're here today and hope that you enjoy the program that we have and the delicious meal that is being provided by our staff at the Hyatt. So thank you everyone and happy holidays.
Thanks, Megan. I've got a few announcements and thank yous to do. First, this is sort of a Christmas theme, as you can tell, but I'm Catholic, so I celebrate Christmas, but you know, a lot of people do other things. Hanukkah started December 7th, it goes to the 15th. Kwanzaa will start December 25 to January 1 for the Black Americans. Even the Chinese New Year is coming up. It's delayed till February, I guess. It's the year of the dragon. And Ramadan is not until March. But this really is a case of celebrating the season. So it's more than just a Christmas celebration. So I do want to do some thank yous. First, I want to thank my bosses, Harley and Brad. They're not here. But this is sort of a major expense for the bank. And they do it because they believe in Coralville and we believe in the food pantry. This really is a fundraiser for the pantry. So if when it's all over with, if you want to give more money, just send them a check, Coralville Food Pantry. So, and I want to thank our staff at West Bank. I sort of drive them crazy with these things, that they're here today, and I appreciate what they do. And our marketing person from Des Moines has come over to take pictures. And of course, Jim Conner is really our leader. He's kind and helpful, and he's a talented piano player too. So he's part of the program today too. He's a special part of the program. And I want to thank the Hyatt staff. There is no way to explain to you how this works. We meet, we think of ideas. Most of them come from Shannon and Sean and Matt, and then we follow their lead. Then they do all this. We walk in, and it's great. So I want to give them a round of applause. And but really, from the Hyatt standpoint, are they making a cash contribution to the food pantry? I guess the answer is no, but this lunch is underpriced by a lot. I guarantee you if we paid for this for all the full value, it'd be several $1,000s more. So the Hyatt is really making almost a direct contribution. We couldn't do this without them discounting the whole thing. So we have 4 goals today. One, we're going to try to deliver some substance on exciting projects in Coralville and share some good things that was happening. We hope to have a little sizzle in that. We hope to build community relationships. We want to support the food pantry, which is important. Well, obviously we think food security is very important in our community, and we're proud to be associated with that. We hope to have some fun. So we're going to start with the food pantry recognition. I have a special thing here I want to do. Kelly, put on up as some of you may recall, the pantry was built, I think we started that in 2022, and it's a volunteer effort. The pantry is run by volunteers. It was built by volunteers under the guidance of Hodge Construction, and I was a volunteer. I was one of the workers out there. I brought a hammer. They made fun of me. I guess you use nail guns now, and they had the saw and stuff, so I thought I was pretty skilled labor, but there's some question how skilled I was. I think that was
an exaggeration. Your skill level and your leadership on that construction site.
Well, I got a little nervous. So here's Andy. Andy was there. You can confirm. How would you classify me? Would you be skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled labor? Or was I like a manager? How would you describe my effort that day?
Yeah. Here for the official report. So I think it depends on how you gauge effectiveness. So was Tom effective at getting any real work done? No. But Tom was the teammate that was kind of, he was around the work. He oversaw the work maybe. He was in the picture but not doing anything, right? But if you would say how effective was he at motivating or encouraging those actually doing the work, second to none.
Thank you very much.
You know, to sum it up in 2 words, unskilled and irreplaceable.
Well, I appreciate that. By the way, I had this special hat. I got this hard hat from West Bank in 2002. I got the Big Hammer Award. It was not because I was building anything, but I got that. So I brought this as my proof I am a hard-time worker. The worst thing the day we volunteered was I had the nail gun, and I was trying to nail in the 2x4s, and I missed it. And then I got benched. They called me off, and they put Minda Heyman in for me because she's more skilled than I am. But it was still a great event. But it is a reminder, the food pantry is a volunteer group, so we appreciate what they're doing.
We would like to recognize the leaders that are here from the food pantry. John Bull, if you'd stand up, and Hai Hoon, they really make sure that this runs like a top. And they provide services for everyone. Last Friday night, they had a community meal. Over 500 people they served in our community for a fun meal. So John, you want to just say something?
Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. We are busier than ever, breaking records, just like food pantries across the state. So your support today will really go the extra mile in making sure that our neighbors have access to the food that they need and deserve. So, and thank you, Tom. You did a great job also supervising our donut table that day. Really good at that. So thank you all.
So this program is not rehearsed. We have lots of little prizes and send surprises. So hang with us. At the end, we're going to have a sing-along. And we have our 2 special singers over here. So the end will be very special, I think. So we also hope to celebrate, it's Taylor Swift's birthday tomorrow. I am a Swiftie, so be prepared for that too. But anyway, we're going to start with our substance. Our first speaker is Robin Thurm. Robin is the president of Civco Medical Solutions, which is a leading global supplier of specialty medical devices with a mission to make image-guided procedures safer. Robin joined Civco in 1991 and was launched by a University of Iowa sonographer. Her first position was leading the company's marketing department, overseeing branding, promotions, PR, merchandising, and advertising. She was named president of Civco in April of 2017, embarking on an initiative to better define the company's mission, vision, culture, and community engagement. Since then, Civco has been named the coolest place to work by the CBJ, and employee engagement scores measured by Gallup, which have reached world-class levels. Under her leadership, Civco has been active in supporting local organizations, including the Johnson County and Washington County United Way, the Coralville Food Pantry, March of Dimes, and Shelter House. Robin also has been engaged in community activities. She's served on the Greater Iowa City Board as board chair. She's a member of the state of Iowa's IEDA, Iowa Innovation Council, and she's a member of the board member of BioConnect Iowa. Then in July of this year, she joined the Eastern Iowa Airport Commission, and she's been involved with the American Heart Association, Go Red for Women Executive Committee. She holds an MBA from the University of Iowa Tippett College of Business and a BA from the Iowa Wesleyan University. She was also on the women's basketball team. Robin, coming up. One more thing. Last September, some of you may have come. We had an event here for women's basketball. The place was sold out. Lisa Blue spoke. That event, you may recall, Robin and Laura McBride emceed that, and they were the driving force that created that event and made it work. She is a true women's basketball fan. Robin.
Thank you, Tom. And it's great to see so many familiar faces today. I appreciate the free advertising too while people were eating. So be sure to ask for Civco products if you're having any ultrasound procedures done. That's my public service announcement today. Just quickly about me, I've been the president for the last 6 years, but been with the company for 32. It just means I'm old, I think, at this point. Getting too old for doing some of the things that I'm doing. But I've had just been blessed with a lot of opportunities through the company. I tell a lot of the younger people that are joining us that I've had about 5 different careers with the organization. I've traveled the world. I've been able to experience so many things that people think, oh, you can't do that in Iowa, and I have, and have been able to raise our child in a familiar place around our family, but also experience the things that I've always dreamed of. So just been blessed to be part of the Civco team. So just quickly about Civco, our vision is to make image-guided procedures safer. So you won't see our products a lot when you're going to the hospital. You won't see our name, but you'll see names like GE, Philips, Siemens, Hitachi. There's just many equipment manufacturers that we work with. We're enabling their products to do certain ultrasound procedures. So that's how our products are utilized in a very simple way. But we were founded by Victor Waddell, and he moved his family from Los Angeles to Kelowna, Iowa, if you can talk about culture shock. But he started the company with this idea of the guidance technology that would attach to ultrasound. And then from there, we've just blossomed into a lot of different product lines that are used within the ultrasound procedure space. We have over 400 employees across the world. In Iowa, we have about 175, and we have a plant in Juarez. We're about 250 down there, and then we've got maybe 20 to 30 that are working remotes and internationally. I mentioned we're a key supplier to a lot of the major equipment manufacturers. That's how we started the business. And our products are currently sold here, we say 85. It's officially over 100 countries across the globe, and that represents about half of our business. Brief history, we've had a lot of changes over the years from when we started in 1981 with Vic, but in 2005 we were acquired by Roper Technologies, which is a diversified publicly traded company, over $3.2 billion in revenue. I think it's pushing over $4 billion at this point. And I looked this morning, we were, what were we, $59 billion in market cap, so we're doing pretty good. Great company to be a part of. And just a lot of changes. We've made some acquisitions. They're pushing us to do a few more, thus our need for some more space. In Kelowna, we're tapped out of space. We're landlocked, and just spent about 2 years trying to figure out, okay, what do we do next? And really appreciated Kelly and the city of Coralville and Southgate's support as we were embarking on looking at 100 different options of what we were going to do. So we settled on a space on Lois Lane, 750 Lois Lane. So I'm angling for the Superman herky. Actually, I said I want a Lois Lane herky. I'm not sure how that'll go over with the committee, but that's what we're working on. But our facility is going to be about 96,000 square feet to start. We've got enough land there to expand another 40,000. So 1 or 2 acquisitions puts us pushing that envelope pretty quick as well. So we're excited to have that space. We've got room to grow right now for a while. Our site is expected to be done around January 2nd of 2025. We've appreciated the weather cooperation this late fall so that we could get the footings in, and hopefully the foundation, they'll be tilting up walls in January, and I'm glad I don't do that job because that's going to be a cold one. We do have a leasing partnership with Southgate. They're our developer, and thankful for Caleb for staying with me for the last couple of years because I've had a lot of different ideas, and honestly, we really wouldn't have found this space without Kelly. We were marching down a different path, and I would say the clouds kind of parted and the sun came out and we found a solution. So we really didn't have one up until then. So I just want to thank the city of Coralville and everybody. Since my husband and I moved up here 8 years ago, and I would walk into a room like this, and I really didn't know that many people, and Tom has been instrumental in introducing me to a lot of people, and as I know he has done to many people in this room. So I thank him for helping me become part of this community. So thank you and Merry Christmas.
Here comes the fun part. Be ready.
Okay, I'm a loud person in general, so I was really scared to talk into the microphone, but My name is Shannon Arnold. I'm the Director of Events here at the Hyatt Regency. We are happy to host you all today, so thank you so much for coming. And I have the pleasure to give away the first prize of today, first of many, I think. And many of you may know that the Hyatt Regency underwent a multi-million-dollar renovation that just completed this past July of 288 guest rooms. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing one of our guest rooms, our giveaway is going to be an overnight stay. Where is that at? Should be right here. So you get to experience it firsthand, have a staycation in your own town. And if you aren't the lucky recipient of this and would still like a tour of one of our guest rooms, please feel free to reach out to Mrs. Klaus. She'd be happy to give you a tour. All right. I don't have my glasses on, so this will be interesting.
Tickets in your deal.
Yes, everybody should have a ticket at their seat. I'm going to read, let's say, the last 3 numbers, okay? And the lucky winner can just raise their hand. I'm going with, you can correct me if I'm wrong, ticket number ending in 468.
Anyone?
All the way over there. All right, I will walk it over. Okay. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Christine Bogie, and Christine is the Senior Vice President of Global Operations for Integrated DNA. She was appointed the Senior Vice President in May of 2021. Her areas of oversight focus on IDT's global operations, including direct oversight for global manufacturing, as well as IDT's supply chain and environmental health, safety, and sustainability organizations. Christine started with Integrated DNA in 1995. So those of you that are short on math, that was just shortly after the company was formed. She entered as the production scientist and subsequently took on progressive responsibilities within procurement and supply chain positions. She has a diverse operational business and financial experience, including lean, process, and discrete manufacturing. Prior to her current role, Christine held positions at IDT as Senior Vice President, Supply Chain and Logistics, Senior Vice President. Basically, she's done everything for Integrated DNA. So please give a warm welcome to Christine Bogie.
I also don't have my glasses on, so I need to speak off of the big screen. I think it's really interesting. My story very similar to Robin. I came here to Coralville. Well, actually, I came here to Iowa City as a student. Graduated from here, joined IDT close to 30 years ago. Worked my way from entry level to the L1, as we call it, reporting to the president. And so much has happened during that time. Back in the early 90s, we were really commercializing DNA and RNA. We were one of the first commercial providers of DNA and RNA in the United States. I remember back in the early 2000s, Dr. Walder, the founder, was very involved in the business. I believe he was my supervisor at the time. And he said, Christine, there's a day where we're going to be making 1,000 units a day of DNA. And there was this moment of like, not going to happen. I think we were making probably 60 units at the time. We now make over 160,000 units of DNA a day out of our Coralville plant. So really, had the vision to continue to grow the product. IDT has globalized over the last 30 years. I spoke to someone earlier that his niece had gone out to San Diego when we opened our manufacturing site there. But as we grow, we continue to build our footprint in the Coralville area. Many of our recent acquisitions, for instance, Swift in Ann Arbor or Archer, and Boulder were our customers. And so essentially we use the DNA or RNA manufactured here at the Coralville site, or Coralville sites, as I should say, to provide researchers with innovative biotech products. And so really, as you follow our journey, we began as a research provider. You can see on here, we began offering 13485 materials, which really means materials that people can use in diagnostics. And we began doing that in the early 2000s. And this fall, about 2 months ago, we opened our first plant for the use of RNA in therapeutics. And we actually built that plant right in Coralville up on the Oakdale campus. So let's go ahead to the next slide. Also on there, similar story, we were purchased by Danaher Corporation in 2018, but the company runs, I would say relatively independently, as one of Danaher's operating companies. This is our global footprint. And as you can see, we're manufacturing throughout the United States. We also have manufacturing facilities in Leuven, Belgium, and Singapore. We have a distribution footprint in Asia, specifically in South Korea and China, and also in Japan. So, you know, a global IDT, but, you know, home is here in Coralville. This is where we began, and it's where approximately half of our 2,200 global employees reside. One of the things that IDT has been working a lot on lately is building sustainability. And sustainability, you know, people will go right to the environment, but really that's only one pillar of sustainability. We have sustainability in the way we manage the business, that we're making decisions that allow us to be a growing, thriving, profitable business. We have sustainability in the way we interact with our environment, but we also have sustainability in the way that we interact with our communities. And you can see here some of the volunteer programs that we're doing with our associates. We have a program called Volunteer Time Off, and these are some pictures from around the world of our associates taking VTO days, as we call it, to volunteer in a community. You can see here in Coralville, our finance team volunteering at Houses into Homes. You can see us, I believe, that is in Europe, doing some trash pickup. And the bottom is from our Coralville facility, some sort of, looks like we're doing some hobby work, so we must be doing some child early education, community outreach. So we're supporting 122 organizations, and we had 475 associates use their volunteer time off this year to serve their communities. And so one of the things that I was asked to talk about is our footprint, specifically our footprint in Coralville. And you can see on the upper right, there's a brand new lab space. This is a remodel we just did to expand our diagnostics area within our 1710 facility. This is our largest facility. It's right across the street from Costco. You know, beautiful, beautiful new remodeled area. You can see, you know, on the right, an example of the machines that we use to make DNA, and it's an example of a robot. We use the same robots in Singapore that we use here in Coralville. On the bottom right, you can see the grand opening from our therapeutics facility on the Oakdale facility that happened just a couple months ago. And then we can go ahead to the final, what I believe is the final slide. And so as we look forward, you know, you may have seen us on Our Town Coralville. You know, we really celebrated our involvement in the community and the length that we have been here in the corridor area. As we said, we opened a new genomics medicine facility where we will be making RNA for use in CRISPR. We also, there's another facility here for our synthetic biology facility where we make genes for use, and we export these genes all around the world. I know Mortensen's here today. We worked with them. We worked for them on that project, and well, we came in close to timeline budget, but it's a beautiful building. And then you can see, this is actually my boss, Damaris, and she actually moved here from San Diego, but she's taking a tour with me of one of our manufacturing areas. And a lot of this equipment that we're showing here, we design and manufacture in the building that used to be the Harley Davidson dealer that's across the street from our 1710 facility. So as we move to the future, where are we focusing? We're focusing to expand in next generation sequencing, which is the way that we read genetic information. We are expanding in cGMP manufacturing, which is the way we edit genetic manufacturing, and other technologies such as gene editing, such as CRISPR. So I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Christine. And I can guarantee you, in touring their facilities and talking to some of their staff, they are solving cures for diseases out there that we never thought could happen. And we're very lucky to have integrated DNA here in Coralville. Christine, how many buildings are you in Coralville?
We are in 10 buildings.
Yes.
In Coralville, and I would say 9 in Coralville.
So they are in 10 buildings in our area. We're very lucky to have them. We are very lucky to have both of these ladies. They are great leaders for our community, and we appreciate what they are doing for us. So thank you. We have a gift certificate for Beano's that is located, has a pop-up here in the Iowa River Landing, and they also have a downtown store as well. 509. 509. Anybody 509?
Check the extra.
Yeah, check the extra.
Yay, there we go.
Very good. Our next speaker is Deanna Prenti, and Deanna is the Iowa River Landing commercial property manager. She works for the Watts Groups in her management here in the Iowa River Landing. She came to Coralville and the Iowa River Landing in June of 2021. And prior to that, she was involved in leasing and management of 2 different malls, both North Park Mall and Southridge Mall in Des Moines. So please welcome Deanna Prenti.
Hi. Thank you for having me. And as Kelly said, I'm Deanna Prenti. I work for Watts Group, and I'm the commercial property manager here at the Iowa River Landing. When I came here, I came from the Quad City area, and over there, when we said IRL, it meant in real life. So when I came here and everybody was saying IRL this and IRL that, I'm like, man, it must be a thing here to say in real life. So it took a while. But wow, what a year we have had here. We signed leases for 10 new businesses in 2023. First part of the year, we opened up 2 new offices in the arena building above the Iowa Athletic Club, Civco and C.H. Robinson. We also successfully filled the commercial space in the Madison building, which is right across from Back Pocket. In there, we have a new Mexican restaurant called Blue Agave, a 24/7 fitness facility called The Gym, and an indoor golf complex, X Golf, which from what I understand have the best simulators around, so you guys will have to go in and check it out. In November, right before the holidays, Allspice and Benno's Flowers and Gifts opened. Allspice carries spices, olive oils, and they're right next to Tribute. Benno's is a holiday pop-up, like Kelly said, and you probably have seen them in downtown Iowa City. This month, we opened up our first commercial tenant that was in the commercial zone by the Staybridge Hotel. So we had all that empty for a while, and they were the first ones to go there, and this is Ekin Nutrition. And they carry health and performance products and offer customized nutrition plans and sports nutrition. Last Friday, Hokkaido Ramen House opened in the Old Fuzzy's Taco location. And last but not least, Modern Market was signed. They are also going to be in the new commercial space next to the Staybridge Hotel. They're going to be a restaurant that carries more healthy options, such as salads and soups and things like that. They actually are not going to be opening until 2024. They're in their design phase right now. But this kind of growth that you've seen here, you are not seeing everywhere, but it is happening here in the IRL, and that speaks volume to the dedication and the hard work that is being done by the city, Kelly Hayworth, Deanna Trumbull, and everybody on the team to really get this put together and to do this. But I want to thank you for having me, and I hope you are all as excited as I am to see what 2024 has to bring for the IRL. Thank you.
Well, Jimmy knew himself. He's good. He doesn't need me.
Okay. I've counted 5 quick, fun trivia questions, Christmas trivia questions, and we've got prizes down here. There's Nutcracker statues here. These are fancy. Yeah, maybe Mrs. Santa. Perfect. So if you know the answer to one of these trivia questions, yell it out, and Mrs. Santa and I will try to identify who's the first one to yell out the answer. So here we go. Question number 1. The highest grossing Christmas movie of all time, of course, is Home Alone. Where were the McAllisters going on vacation when they left Kevin behind? I heard of Paris. The McAllisters were on their way to Paris when they left Kevin behind. Boy, you gotta be quick. I'm gonna try to get my eyes over on this side. Set the bar pretty high on number 1. Okay. Question number 2. With Herky over here, Herky wanted to have a Hawkeye-related Christmas question, so here we go. Caitlin Clark earned an early Christmas present this past Sunday when she passed legendary college women's basketball players Cheryl Miller, Shamiqua Holtzclaw, and Maya Moore in points to move into 10th place all-time in points scored. What point-scoring milestone did Clark recently pass? Mrs. Santa? All right, we got somebody back there. We believe you. All right, perfect. 3,000 points for Caitlin Clark, top 10 in the all-time list. She now has 3,041 points. The all-time record is 3,527, by the way. She's currently averaging 30 points a game. All she has to do is average 20 points a game the rest of the season, and she'll break the all-time record. So it's going to be a lot of fun this season. Question number 3. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? I heard in Germany. You know what? I think Vern Folkman yelled Germany. It's a Vern Folkman. Germany. Old Tannenbaum. You heard that? Old Tannenbaum. All right. Question number 4. We got 2 left. It's getting intense. I didn't think it'd be this way. Holy smokes. Question number 4. Herky again wanted a Hawkeye question. Here we go. It will be a happy holiday season for Iowa Hawkeyes football punter Tory Taylor, the first time he punts the ball versus Tennessee in the Citrus Bowl on January 1st. Tory Taylor needs just 20 more punting yards to break the 6th oldest record in college football history, currently held by the late John Pingle of the 1938 Michigan State Spartans, for total punting yards in a season. It's an amazing stat. What is Tory Taylor's jersey number? Oh, I heard a 9. I heard a 9 over here. You bet. Very good. sixth oldest record in college football history is going to go down when Tory Taylor punts the ball. For reference purposes, the punter in 1938 punted the ball 99 times to get his record, and Tory Taylor's going to punt for his 88th time. So far, fewer punts. Here's the last question. Question number 5. Which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot? Was there somebody back there that yelled Cupid? Really? Right away? Okay, I heard a few correctly. Cupid shares the name of a Valentine's mascot, of course. There it is, holiday Christmas trivia.
Mrs. Claus. We got
up here. All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Josh Shamber. I'm with the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Iowa City Area Sports Commission. And before I do an introduction of someone, I was told we're giving away one more door prize. So this looks like a gift card to Allspice. And it will go to, are we just doing the last two? 528. Right here. All right. I want to correct Jim Connor. He's a great Hawkeye and a good friend, but he's not going to break the record when he doesn't punt the entire day. I have confidence that we're not going to punt. So don't bet on that, though. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to introduce the next speaker, but just before I do, I want to just acknowledge these two leaders right here, again, Robin and Christine. You know, they do so much more beyond their incredible leadership and their professions. I know Christine is a huge proponent of the Iowa City Community School District Foundation, very involved in that. And Robin is the Eastern Iowa Airport Commissioner for Johnson County, which we kind of talked her into it. She's great. And I know Pam's there somewhere, so she can tell you all about why we don't have air service here or there and why the fares are too high. Go talk to her, not me or Steve anymore. So real quickly, the next person I'd like to introduce was just a young whippersnapper when I first met him many years ago when we were putting together the bid for the Olympic wrestling trials, which we won in 2012. And then in 2016, we did such a good job, they just said, we're not going to put it out to bid, you get it for 2016. And then he was my wingman through that entire process and many, many other events. And this past summer, Kelly and I spent a lot of time working with the Heartlanders to get that in a better ownership situation, and we were blessed to have a great new owner who also has investments and loyalties to Iowa. And quickly, we made an introduction to this guy, Matt Getz, who is the new president, CEO of the Iowa Heartlanders. He started this summer, and he is doing all he can with this terrific team that he's assembled right here to move the Heartlanders forward. So tell us a little bit about the Iowa Heartlanders and how well they're doing this year. This is President Matt Getz.
Thank you, Josh, and thanks, Tom, for having me here. When Josh said I was a whippersnapper, he forgets like the first 12 years that he knew me. I actually met him. We were both auditioning to be backup dancers for NSYNC. And he forgets about that time because he got to be Joey Fatone's backup, and I got to be Justin's. So there's some resentment there, but we're getting through it. I appreciate that. But as Josh said, I'm the new president of the Iowa Heartlanders. I started on September 6th. Our season started in October, so ideal time to take over an organization. And I'm going to show you some very sophisticated things. So if the two of you want me to dumb it down, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up. We're in the process of sort of rebranding who we are. We've been a team for 2 years. This is our third season in the area. And I don't know that we've done a very good job marketing. That's not pointing fingers, but we're not doing the job that I think we should. So just a show of hands, how many people have been to an Iowa Heartlanders game? And if you lie, you have to give your present back. Okay. How many people have at least heard of the Iowa Heartlanders? Well, that's even less. How can that be possible? Can somebody help me with the math here? What is? But so there's a lot of hockey teams in the area. The Cedar Rapids Rough Riders come up all the time, but one of the key differences is that we are a professional hockey team. All of the other hockey teams in the state of Iowa are typically junior teams. So they're kids that are in high school trying to earn their way into college. We get them after they're out of college, and we have professionals. We pay them. They get to stay in their own houses. They don't have to live in host family basements. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So a couple things that I'd like to share. Who are the Iowa Heartlanders? So we are an affiliate of the NHL's Minnesota Wild. So if you think about Major League Baseball, people are familiar with, there's the NHL, and then there's the AHL, and then there's us. So our players, when they perform well, go to play for the Iowa Wild in Des Moines. If they do well from there, they go up to the NHL with the Minnesota Wild. So that's our affiliation. We are a member of the ECHL, and we play in the Western Conference and in the Central Division. And as I mentioned, our season starts in October, and it runs all the way through April. How many people knew that we played that many games? Okay. And right now, as I mentioned, we're in our third season, and we, for reasons that I'll explain in our next slide, we were sold after our first 2 seasons. And Josh had mentioned there was some ownership things that we were working through, which are very, very good right now. But also a little bit about us. What do we play for? So our guys love playing hockey, but our goal is to win the Kelly Cup. And to be able to do that, we play 36 home games and 72 total games throughout the season. And while wins and losses matter, how you win and when you win matters more. So it's based on a point system. So if you win at any point in time, you get 2 points. If you get to overtime or a shootout and lose, you still get 1 point for trying real hard. And then if you lose in regulation, we did everything we could for you, you get 0 points. And at the end of the season, the top 4 teams in each division get invited to participate in the Kelly Cup playoffs. So are the Heartlanders any good? Well, in the 21-22 season, we earned 68 points, which was good enough for 23rd out of 27. Last year, we earned 58 points, which was good enough for 25th out of the 28th. And if anybody here speaks Spanish, no bueno, I believe, is the appropriate. Feliz Navidad also. But where we are right now, our first 6 games, we earned 2 points, and in the last 16, we've earned 22. So we are on a tear right now. We're hot. The players are coming together. They're playing well as a team, and we would be in the playoffs by virtue of being second in our division if the season ended today, which I wish David Fine was here. He'd be able to confirm this, but I'm going to say that at this point in time, we've never been in a position to be able to say we would be in the playoffs. So we are doing very well, and there's lots of good things. Thank you. I knew you would get it. So that's what goes on the ice, but this is about more than that. One of the reasons when Josh approached me about this, I spent 11 years at Iowa Athletics, and quite honestly, I did a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I didn't know that there were more challenges for me in sport. But what this challenge is about building a valuable and a beloved community asset. And for most of you saying, okay, he's about to beg me for money and he's going to butter me up, would somebody whose tie matches special words on their PowerPoint lie to you? Absolutely not. That's how sincerity is noticed. So how are we going to do that? First is through engaging and supporting. We want to participate in community events. We want to engage with the businesses and the organizations that are here. And to prove that, we've had 2 people that I've hired since I started. They started October 1st, and since that point in time, we're 2 months in, we've been a part of 7 events that will raise over $1 million for our community. Thank you. I donated $100, so I appreciate that. The second is showing our value. It's one thing to say, okay, we're a sports team, we want your money, come and give it to us. Okay, we don't want that. We want to show you how we're valuable to this community. We want to be something that you want to be a part of, that you're proud to say, this is our team. Third, we want to create opportunities. Yes, we need sponsors, we want season ticket holders. But we also want to create opportunities where you win with us. This isn't about us using you as a community. This is about us finding ways to make your business better, your organization better. Shared goals, shared vision, shared dreams. That's what we're about here. And regularly my team tells me, like, hey, stop doing this. We should focus on winning hockey games. But we got that. And the last thing is have fun. If we're not having fun, nobody's going to come out and participate in our games. They're not going to come to the things that we want to be a part of. So if you're thinking right now, well, that sounds like a pretty good mission. How do I be a part of what you're building? Well, step one is come and experience a game. And I didn't run this by you, Tom. I'm sorry, but I've got another gift. This QR code, as well as every table, has a flyer on it. Every single person in this room, we're giving you up to 4 tickets to any of the events that we have going on in the next 2 weeks. If you haven't seen us, and a lot of you raised your hand, this is a free gift. It's not going to get any better than that. So take advantage of that. A couple games that we do want to point out is this weekend on Saturday is our teddy bear toss. So when we score our first goal, stuffed animals get thrown onto the ice, and whatever gets out there, we donate to Toys for Tots.
I did that last year, but I missed the toss. I couldn't throw it over the wall.
We're going to move him to glass seats. We'll get this squared away, Tom. And the second event we have coming up is on Sunday, our elementary school game, and $4 of every ticket sold is going to go back to the Iowa City Community School District Foundation. This is part of us saying, not just saying we're a part of building this community, we want to actively be doing that. And if those 2 games don't work for you, we've got 4 others in the next 2 weeks that you can be a part of. If you have questions about that, we've got plenty of people at this front table, if you want to stand up, that would love to answer questions. Really? This is our chance to shine. Come on. And so when you come to the game, whether or not we win or lose, we got a pretty good idea you're going to fall in love with us. My parents had never seen a hockey game, and now they sit in the dark and stare at the walls and listen to our away games on the radio. That's how awesome it is. So when you fall in love, there's some things that we'd like to ask you to do for us. The first is, I mentioned we need a larger marketing reach. If you would get out your phones, channel your inner teenager, and just follow us on social media right now. Just get it out at Go Heartlanders on all of the platforms you can imagine. And then once you're on there, if you would like and repost the stuff that we put out, that would be very helpful. Josh Schomburger's reach only goes so far. Then, if you enjoy it, buy tickets to future games. Right now, through January 19th, we've got 3 games that we've identified as the best of the year that you can buy tickets to those 3 games and get a $25 credit to our merchandise in our team store. And you can buy that now through January 19th. So take advantage of that if you enjoy it. Also, for those people that are not ready to commit, we have, let me read this right, flex ticket packages. And what that is you can buy a book of 12 tickets, and you can use them anytime you want, any way you want. You can go to 12 separate games with 1 ticket. You can take 12 people to 1 game, 2, 3, 5, and 2. I'm not sure if the math works, but it sounded great when I said it. You can divide it up any way you want. If you're not ready to make that full commitment, we just want people to try it and learn to enjoy it. So after those things, wear some Heartlanders gear. I think this looks beautiful. Nobody whistled at me, so I'm a little bit disappointed, but that's something we'd love people to have wearing out. And it's black and gold, so you can wear it to all of the Iowa events too. And then the more riskier push, if you want to partner with us, if you want to be a sponsor, we're happy to have those conversations. But first things first, we want you to come out to games and learn to enjoy what we have to offer to the community. And last but not least, invite us to your events. We want to be a part of more things that make it great to live in the city of Coralville and Tiffin, North Liberty, Iowa City. So if, to the extent that we can be a part of helping you accomplish what you want to accomplish, let us know so that we can be a part of that. That's absolutely what we're built on right now. So with that, I'd like to say thank you. And just for old time's sake, Josh, you want to give me a little bye? See, this is why he got Joey Fatone, that attitude. But thank you so much for your time today, and hopefully everybody will come out in the next 2 weeks and sample what we have to offer to make this community great. Oh, sorry. Sorry, we have another gift that I didn't ask for permission for. So this Sunday, is that right? We have 2 spots riding the Zamboni at intermission. So if you can come up here, I actually don't have tickets to draw from.
That's fun. Is this dangerous?
And the first one is Tom Seelick. I think this is actually me, 446. All right, so we're going to try that again. I'm a much better backup dancer than I am a drawer. 478. Yes! If you would, after the event, come to our table and we'll get your information. And 474. All right, well, you can come too. So, with that, now I'm done talking, and thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Matt Hill. I'm the Food and Beverage Director here at the Hyatt Regency. I get the honor of giving away some more free stuff. Along with what Shannon had mentioned about our renovations, we are currently under renovations in our restaurant. We are scheduled to reopen this spring, and since then we have completed almost, except for some furniture and final details, our bar, our cafe, and our marketplace. So please come check those out. And for those of you that don't know or can't tell by my awesome gear here, we host both the Bluter and McCaffrey Hawk Talk shows each week. We had one last night. I think I saw Kelly there. So we're going to be giving away a reserved table for 4 and 2 appetizers today. And the winning number is 568.
We'll do one more drawing while we're moving on. This one is for X Golf in the new golf simulator in Coralville. 543. 543.
Oh, hell, I need to call.
Our next speaker really doesn't need an introduction. That is Josh Schomburger. We are very lucky to have Josh in our community. Josh is the president of the Iowa City Coralville Convention and Visitors Bureau and Think Coralville. He's been here for 22 years, going on 23 years. He's brought us the World Cup. He's brought us all kinds of different events, and he'll be bringing back for the 3rd time, which he said he would never do, Herkies on Parade. Josh.
I'll just sit there and look at Heartlanders because I don't need to figure this part out. But yeah, so I'm going to speed the program along a little bit and just tell you that a little bit about Herky on Parade. So it is in full swing. I did say we'd never do this again after the last 2 times, but they've been 10 years apart, and so it's been okay. And the whole new team, or relatively new team at our office, is excited. We started the process earlier this fall, and we just finished on December 1st. All of the artists from around the state and country had to submit designs to us on how they would like to see Herky represented on the streets in Iowa City, Coralville, North Liberty, and this year we're going to expand to Solon and Tiffin across next summer. So we had, I believe, over 240 or 50 designs come in, which is pretty amazing, and they're across the board, and they're all just completely cool. So we're starting to meet with sponsors, and they'll select their Herkies. We're only doing 75. They're trying to talk me into doing more already, but 75 is enough. It's Herky's 75th birthday. We have sold 70 of the Herkies already. There's only 5 left. So if you haven't got a Herky and you want to get one, you need to get a hold of Stacy or Nick today to lock down a Herky for Herky on Parade. Well, we're doing Herky this time in a new pose. For those of you that are old enough to have been around here like myself, this was the pose in 2004. And there's still some of these around town, and they still look pretty good. And then in 2014, we switched to this Superman-like pose. And in 2024, we're continuing with this pose, but he'll be flexing. And there's a brand new 2024 statue that's outside the door when you came in. You can take a look at what Herky will look like. One of the exciting things that we did recently, and I'll kind of play this into my introduction of Kelly, who's our next speaker, is that, Kelly recently celebrated 35 years with the city of Coralville. You can always remember his date and when he was hired because it was on 8/8 of '88. It was his first day on the job for the city of Coralville as the city administrator. And I think all of you would more than agree that Coralville is largely the shape and everything that it is as a city because of Kelly Hayworth. There is no question about that. Several of us in the community got together and kind of quietly pooled some money because we wanted to create Herky Hayworth. And so this statue was given to Kelly just about a month ago at a little private event and as our way to say thank you. So before you leave today, please make sure you come up and take a look at Herky Hayworth, and particularly his tie with his granddaughter on there, and we'll have to do a new tie soon because he's got a grandson that's arriving within weeks to the community. So Herky on Parade is a heck of a lot of fun. We raise a good amount of money. You'll see families all over town looking at the statues, and then at the end, just like in 2014, we're going to replicate, and the proceeds are going to go towards a scholarship fund for underprivileged kids that can't afford to go to summer camps, and that whether that be arts camp or education or sports camp, all the kids for the next many years will be able to get a complimentary camp scholarship through this program. So we're looking forward to it. If you have any questions, feel free to grab me afterwards, but Herky on Parade will be here before you know it. May 1st is when they will all hit the streets. So with that, I think it's my turn to turn it over to I've been here 22 or 23 years, like he said, but he's been here 35. So he's been here a lot longer than I have, and he's really shaped this community, and particularly IRL, as Deanna said. So Kelly, please come on up.
Thank you. And once again, I'd like to have a round of applause for Tom Seelig for helping put on this event. He's plenty of sizzle and a lot of fun today. Tom asked me to do the, if I can pull it up here. Now I can't see. I have my glasses on. That's really bad. Well, I will just read them because I can't find them on. Oh, there it is. Okay, Tom asked me to do the top 10 list of for Coralville, and I decided that it would be a lot more fun to do the 12 days of Christmas. So I didn't quite pay attention to Tom, but that's the way it goes. A lot of us are that way. So the 12 things to love about Coralville at Christmas time. Number one new interchange. One new interchange. A year from now, the diverging diamond interchange at First Avenue and Interstate 80 will be complete. The new tunnels and overpass for pedestrians are open now, and they are terrific. If anybody sees Tom Seelig get stuck on there, would you please help him to get off of the diverging diamond? Number two of Coralville's terrific fests are just a few weeks away. Enjoy free frosty family fun at Winterfest on Saturday, January 20th. Then celebrate winter beer at Burfest on Saturday, January 27th. I'm not sure what makes a beer a winter beer, but I need to keep trying them to figure it out. Three easy steps to make a luminaria for Isle of the Lights. This was our 43rd year, and it was our best ever, with ice sculptures, a real live reindeer, Santa and Mrs. Claus, and more. Four terms on the City Council for Mitch Gross. Thank you, Mitch, for your service, and congratulations to Royce Peterson and Rich Vogelsong, who have recently elected to join Mayor Megan Foster and Council members Lori Goodrich, Mike Knutson, and Hai Nguyen. If they would stand, because they are the ones that really make Coralville special. Five months for the final phase of the renovation at the Hyatt Regency Coralville. All of the guest rooms have been renovated. The coffee and bar area, as you heard, is complete, and we are now working on the outdoor dining area and restaurant, including new menus and exciting new drinks. 6 is in Highway 6. The twinkling lights along Highway 6 are one of the winter's treasures. 7 great ways to make the most of winter at Coralville recreation areas. Ice skating, ice fishing, fat tire biking, mountain biking, sledding, cross-country skiing, and snowshoeing are all things you can do in Coralville. 8 blocks of 5th Street will be reconstructed beginning in 2024. Watch for improvements for vehicles and pedestrians from 12th Avenue to 20th Avenue starting in March. 9 months until we have a new school in Coralville, East Ridge Elementary in the Clear Creek-Amana School District. 10 wins so far for the Iowa Heartlanders. They kick off a 6-game homestand, as you heard, at Extreme Arena beginning Friday night. Bring the family for an exciting game of hockey. 11. Over 11,000 Stream Bank credits have already been sold thus far through the Clear Creek Stream Bank Mitigation Project, which restores and enhances Clear Creek through stabilization, slow water, and other methods. And that will be starting right after the first of the year. And 12 months a year is how long it takes to enjoy all Coralville has to offer. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, very much, yeah. We have our final act here in a minute, but I do have my Best Friend Award. There's been some complaints that some of you think you're my best friend and I'm not picking you. So I've gotten some hostility over the past year. So to be fair, I have a trophy, Tom Slick's best friend. So even if I don't know you, you can win. So here we go. So draw out. Get your back. This is a fair system. I hope I know you if you win, but if not, we're flexible. But you get to keep this trophy forever as my best friend. So then, here we go. Should I draw it out?
Yeah. Pick your best friend.
485.
Ah.
Okay. I know her. I'll give it to you. Yep. Tricia, congratulations. She's one of the biggest complainers about not winning. So this somehow there's a God out there who's protecting me. So congratulations. So we're going to close. I won't do the introduction, but Ryan West has a little group here. We're going to wait just a second.
I never know what's going to happen.
Hang on. Before we go to our final holiday song, as I told you, Camille, you coming up? Okay, we're going to. I am a Swiftie. I have granddaughters who are 22 and 20, and they are true Swifties. We sent them to Chicago to this concert. It cost a lot of money with their mother. We're in the thousands of dollars. So anyway, so they bought me this sweatshirt. So I have become a Swiftie. I've got my brand new Taylor Swift New Era sweatshirt. So, and tomorrow, of course, is Taylor's birthday. So Jim here has agreed to help. We're going to sing Happy Birthday to Taylor. Right, here we go. This is my group. Where? Get up here. Here we go. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Taylor. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
All right, so I am joined by two There's a Swiftie right here. Tom always asks for what the sizzle is, and we said, well, we kind of do the same thing every year, so he's asking us to come up with something different. So I did bring two wonderful additional backup singers for us. We're going to sing Santa Claus Coming to Town, and all of you are going to participate, as per usual. But Jim and I are going to actually try and play this on the piano. We rehearsed this once this morning, so if the wheels come off the bus, you all keep singing and focus on the cute kids that are singing with us, okay? The only other thing I will add is, if you have those jingle bells, I say it every year, we loan them to everyone out because of the early childhood classes. Leave them at your table or bring them at the very end so I can bring them back to all the early childhood music classes. So, all right. You guys ready? Let's see here. Okay. I'm going up an octave. Okay, here we go. You ready? You better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Thank you very much for joining us. He's making a list, checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better